Just get rid of any weird little wobbles. You don't want any wiggly, wobbly lines. And this piece for some of you might be very, 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 very straight. And that's okay. Because think about a basic skirt, what the waistband looks like. This is sort of like we're draping a waistband. So it might look like even my straightest part of my curve is still too curvy for this. So I'm going to connect several of my dots with a ruler and then blend any connection. Okay, so now that this has been trued and this has been trued, I can put them together so that they're a complete bodice. And now would be when I blend my side seam and redraw my side seam. And it's helpful to repin this flat again. That way you make sure that this line is the same length. Now my original bodice line, we know that this doesn't mean anything because that had more ease than we want, right? My mark here that indicates my side seam, that's too narrow. What we are going to be doing, and this is illustrated pretty well on page 118, is we're going to be connecting that underarm mark with our side seam mark. Just like we did with the basic block, just ignore the fact that there's a seam node jumping over. So I'm going to just connect those two dots with a straight line. And what's happened is it's added, so this pin is where my form was skin tight, it's added a bit of ease there. So that's where we're getting the ease around our rib. Okay? So as far as the front goes, this midriff truing and this empire seam truing and this side seam truing is the same exact steps, front to back. Shoulders the same. Maybe I'll review the armhole. It seemed like people had some trouble with that. But as far as the neck pleats go, okay, while it's still folded, we're going to draw in our neckline. Okay. I'm going to square center front because I don't want a V-neck. Right. I already have my blended mark at my armhole. So just flip your curve around until you can hit as many points as possible. You're not going to be able to get it in one pass. That's okay. Just get as far as the dots will follow you and then flip your curve. I don't like that one. I'm going to follow the darker purple line. Okay, so we'll draw in the neckline. Now, we don't have dart legs per se, but the way it gets folded, we do need kind of dart notches at the end of each dart leg. So my first one is at my center front neckline intersection. My second one is on the fold. So make sure, again, before you unfold them, that you have marks to know where those notches would be. So one would be on fold, one would be where that fold lands. Okay? We need to know where those darts vanish. So my first one vanishes at my apex. My second one vanishes at this mark that's less than an inch away from my apex. So that's all I need to do there. I don't need to like draw in lines or connect them. They're just plain old pleats. Okay, but the way we mark the pleats is we've got notches at either end. On our pattern, we'll actually draw an arrow from one notch to the next that shows what direction those get folded. We kind of broke the rules here. Normally that intake would go to the center front. If you didn't know better, you would probably fold it that way to the center front. So giving arrows lets us know what direction to ultimately match those notches up. Okay, as far as the armhole goes, again, I'm going to connect this shoulder tip to my mid armhole pin, to my dropped armhole pin, and I'm going to lay my curve down so the curvy side is going downwards, and I'm going to match up shoulder tip, follow along the dotted lines to the pin, and have it just sit down on that dropped armhole level. And then just trace it in. I think I saw a few armholes where it was going the other way. Oops. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this down here. If you feel like you want to see this again, that's fine, but it's just a repeat of what I did on the back. Okay, when you're done draping, you can choose to either do this portion at home or you can do it in here. We are going to be draping or starting to drape the skirt after lunch, maybe about 1:30. So plan on having your skirt drape torn by 1:30. If that means you have time to do this part, great. If not, then this will get done at home. Yeah.